Gentlemen, I am Engineer Noah Alberts from Usigo Division of Bondo constituency. We are gathered here today, and to us it is quite a momentous day. We are happy, we are wroth, and we are almost half dead. What we are here to address is the SHAM and the purported Bondo constituency parliamentary election or primaries that indeed were not fair, were not free, and must not be treated as one that was organized by a party we cherish and renown, ODM. We hereby stand to denounce by the strongest terms possible that the barbaric, heinous deed that was undertaken by some of the characters that I'm going to mention in a while was wrong and inhuman. Anytime we are talking of Bondo constituency, as at now, we must be thinking at Raila Odinga, who is now dubbed as the 5th president. And anything done as is what we are addressing now, we say is not in the good taste, because the single eye of the Kenyan community is now in Bondo. So when a sham is done in the name of primaries, then we cannot sit and rejoice. And we now call upon the leader of the party ODM, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, to bring his party into order. We support him 1,000,000% if there is such a kind of existence. But again, we must talk to him directly under eye to tell him to take charge. Why? Because Rasanga Cornell, Oduoro Ngwen, James Orengo, Engineer Kerry Orege, Opondo Okongo, and the incumbent, who I am supposed to call a doctor because it's a prefix you've put for him, but I deny that, have caused this constituency a turmoil. All of us are crying. Is Siaya only for the said characters? And what did Andiwo do to them that deserves that we send him 6 feet below, even after supporting and standing with the party?
Very painful.
We are not happy now, we are not happy tomorrow, and we are only going to be happy after listening to the cardinal voice of Raila Odinga. I was an overall, what do you call it? Overall what? Agent for Horn Andiwo Mwai. And I visited approximately 10 amalgamated points where the primaries were taking place. The idea is the core friends, ardent supporters, bloggers of Gideon Ochandas, I told you I'll not mention the prefix, were manning the rooms with total and untold arrogance. And the agents of our leader were given almost 3 meters off the gadget. They were not allowed to direct the supporters of John Andiwo Mwai. And none of our agents, anyway, none, was allowed to conduct what was fair for them. There is a position where Gideon Ochanda was publicly seen and captured in a photo walking with a kit as a competitor. Due diligence, sense, if anything like that prevailed, would not allow him to handle the gadgets of judgment in a very competition where he was a member. The police officers rudely attacked our people and chased them out of the polling stations. Our agents were treated as lesser sons of a lesser God. We cannot accept this. I don't want to say more, but I must bring to your attention as the media that the so-called gadgets, clerks, the POs, were all friends of the characters I earlier mentioned. Allow me to bring this analogy as I stop my presentation. If this was a tournament, if this was a football match, and Chelsea was playing with Manchester, and Manchester produced the umpires, produced the referees, produced the judges and the linesmen, would you call it a match? No. And if not, we say there were no primaries in Bondo. We cherish Bondo is our home. We are willing to die for Bondo, but the right thing must be done. Ochanda has been in the office for 10 years. He is pensionable. Let him gather all his tricks and all his magics. Go and take his pension peacefully. Let him not divide the Bondo constituency. I rest my case. Now, what I want to say with a lot of vehemence is that every due process is underway. And I don't want to preempt because I will need a consultation before I put this to air. But we are doing everything possible as people with brains and who are not thieves. But we will call thieves thieves and take them to the right place.
Muko by name. My name is Peter Deru Muko. I come from Bondo constituency, Nyangoma division, where there was a lot of malpractice during the so-called elections that took place last week, this week actually. It was unfortunate that very old women traveled all the way to Burulo Center, where I was supposed to cast my vote, and where the Honorable Andibo Mwai was supposed to cast his vote as well. People went there from very early morning, but could not vote. Ostensibly, the so-called presiding officer saying password was not there. No. We were very annoyed. And people are very unhappy, particularly Nyangoma division of Bondo constituency. It was unfair, and we are requesting a repeat of the entire process. If that happens, things will be happy. Things will be okay. That is only what we want. Now we are not happy. People are unhappy in the entire place. We don't accept those cases. There were irregularities. The kids were were not functioning well, and they were handed over they were given in the hands of the opponent of one candidate. So we are unhappy. We hope somebody will listen to the voice of the people of Bondo.
As elders, what are you appealing to the residents?
Peace. We want the residents to be calm. Peace is what we want. And if we can repeat the entire election process in Bondo, that's what we are calling for, we shall be okay.
One of your elders just talked that Raila to come out and speak about these nominations. If you can explain to us in English now.
Yes, he must intervene.
But the party leader should come and to pacify the people. so that his constituents know that he's not partisan in the whole process that took place.
Have
was
you
a sham.
have you made an appeal to the ODM Party Elections Board? In regards to
exactly.
This is what part of what we are doing is this one.
Actually, if we can get one person to answer it.
Jeffrey Owich. I'm Jeffrey Owich, a voter of Bondo, and I come from West Sakwa ward. I want to be very brief because it's like engineer has said almost everything that I wanted to say. I want to bring in the voice of the youth. I want to appeal to Baba. I want to say it loudly to the public and to Baba and the National Election Board that let them not be cheated, that Bondo is peaceful. We are not peaceful. We are just cool and calm. We are waiting for the response of Baba, because what happened on 13th was not elections at all. I visited several polling stations, and I found dirty things happening and no action taken up to now. At Kapio polling center, I found Chanda himself sitting in a polling center, directing voters to vote his way. That one we cannot allow. We cannot allow that. He used the police. He called the police to bring in reinforcement to chase our youths, who are managing the polling stations to bring order. He chased our people out of the polling center. And now, the few electors who are coming in were directed to vote his way. We cannot allow that. We want to appeal to Baba and the ODM Election Board to call for an
Wamama wenzangu, so far tumefikisha 350k kwa akaunti yetu ya chama. Tufanye aje na hizi pesa zetu?
Naona tununue vitenge zinafanana. Vitenge. Hapana, tununue sufuria za non-stick.
Sufuria.
Tununueni kate.
Kate. Ai, wamama wenzangu, vote tununue kaploti.
Kuna watu wanauza plots na nyuki.
Na nyuki?
Hebu tuwapigie simu watupe uhondo.
Hello.
Thank you for calling Optiven. How may we assist you?
Can we get a plot with 350,000 in Nanyuki?
Yes, you can get a plot at the Great Oasis Gardens in Nanyuki today for as low as 349,000 shillings.